We were in the running for 4 jobs. Is it now only 2? It may just be 2 jobs, but we have an offer on the table for 1. Welcome in. Unfortunately, 2 of the teams have decided to go in a different direction. Their choice. Am I upset? Not at all. We have an offer on the table from 1. Gresik United have made an approach. Now, honestly, didn't think they'd have the budget that they've offered me. So I am very intrigued all of a sudden by this job. Gresik United, that is one of the teams in Indonesia. Lovely little racetrack around the field, which we're used to. You know, we're used to these multi-purpose stadiums and these sort of saves. In the Cow to Be save, you know, we had the old racing course around it. They are a professional team as well, so that's pretty good. Obviously, facilities are pretty bad, but good value club and stuff. Like, they're giving us a decent transfer budget is kind of surprising. 350k in transfer budget, 34k in wages. It's very tempting. What we're going to do is we're going to delay a week and see if St. Albans City come back. So the 2 teams not off the table right now is Gresik United in Indonesia, and there's a job down in England, St. Albans City, which I'm quite interested in as well. But I think going into your first job in management, I don't think we can turn down that job. 350k in transfer budget. Now, there might be some... Maybe it'll be very difficult to get players in, I don't know, but that feels like a decent whack of transfer budget. I think we've got to take that, right? There are 2 teams basically took the offer off the table. They felt like we didn't have the experience. They wanted to go in a different direction. Gresik United have agreed to a delay, so the question is, what's happening to St. Albans? St. Albans City, I keep forgetting that. A couple of our jobs popped up that we potentially could have applied for. I didn't apply for any others. I kind of felt like of those 4 teams, I would like to get one of them. Obviously, Gresik United are interested, so that is on the table. St. Albans, interview unsuccessful. Or we're satisfied with plans you put forward in your interview, but ultimately decided that you weren't the right person to take the club forward. They've gone with Tim Flowers. We'll give him his flowers. He gets it. Well. We're going off to Indonesia. We did a Journeyman save on Twitch last year that started off in Malaysia, and it was a great starting place. So can we get the same in Indonesia? I'm looking forward to... I'm a little good. I thought we would have had a choice between more than one team, but maybe Gresik United have seen something in us that no one else has. I think they've made the right call, personally. Side note, that is the greatest profile picture I've seen. Look at this. Absolutely loving it. Look at that. So, like a match made in heaven, Hunkleberry Finn will start off his journeyman career at Gresik United. I mean, they don't know it's a journeyman, so maybe we keep that on the down low. They want us to be committed. I would imagine we've probably made a promise not to... So anyway, the only backroom staff change I made, I got rid of one of the coaches because he just looked rotten. And even though he was only on like £35 a week, I reckon we can do better. Start negotiations. I mean, we're basically 1-year deal suits us. So we can't even... I'm sure there's no promises. Just they want us to stay here a long time. They're only giving us a 1-year deal. Go figure. Or maybe it was the other clubs. Maybe they didn't ask us to stay a long time. This could be interesting. So basically, sign players under the age of 23, work within the wage budget, be competitive in the Piala Indonesia, which I think is the cup. It is. Okay. Let's go. Gresik United have today confirmed the appointment of Hunkleberry Finn's club's new manager. Eyebrows have been raised. And Andik Ardina... Oh, did I actually... Maybe I might have fired who was in charge. I'm not sure. Or maybe there was just a caretaker manager who wasn't really on staff. Right. So we don't know what the media prediction is. There's no assistant manager, so we got to do all that ourselves. Rusa Bawin are enduring a 20-year barren spell, having not won a competition since 2002. The club still have a history of which they can justly be proud of. Won the Indonesian top division for the only time in 2002 and finished runner-up once. Wow. So is this maybe one of those... It's maybe a Phoenix club. I like that. We're so confident we only play with 10 on the pitch. Fantastic. Looks like striker is something we're going to need to deal with. Finish mid-table in Liga 2. Okay. Finish above Deltras FC in the league. Due to a rivalry. Right. Yes, yes. And you know me, monthly. Anything more than that, I'm pulling my hair out. Even monthly, I tend to skip it. Alright, supporter profile. 13% hardcore, 31% core, 26% family, 9% fair weather. A bit of corporate, that's always good, and casual fans as well. Season ticket holders, 750 supporters. Season ticket waiting list, 0 supporters. Supporters' influence on the board is low. That's promising. I think supporters can be pretty harsh this year. Tactical direction required. We'll really have to assess the squad first. So let's have a look. Okay. And according to the coaches, one of our best players is our left winger. He wants to play maybe inverted winger. Let's have a look. What can he do? Okay, this is maybe a better standard. I don't like that he's got absolutely no strength at all. Good first touch. Crossing, dribbling. Above average. He's a small guy. His jumping reach and that's not going to be great. But a bit of flair. Good passer. Poor vision. But yeah, probably see him as an inverted winger support. Again, really going to depend what else we've got in the team. How we line up. He's wanted by Persis, 34-year-old, not worth anything. Probably gives us... I don't like the bravery being so low, but he's composed. If this is our best striker, I would have concerns. Pass, off the ball movements, really quite good. Quite strong, again, small lad though. That might just be this division in general. It doesn't look like we've got anyone above 5'11". Oh no, we've got 6'2" goalkeeper. I tell lies right there. Here's our striker, finishing 13, 9 composure, bit of pace to him. This is likely the guy I'm gonna go with up top as an advanced forward, just straight off the bat is what I'm thinking. This guy looks like advanced forward material. I'm going to play poacher. I'd rather him as advanced forward. Can't really dribble. First touch is ropey. Passing's terrible in all fairness. Anticipation in that is quite low as well. We do have money in the bank, so we maybe have to hit that market sooner than I was thinking. Goalkeeper. Goalkeeper looks alright. Fancy that goalkeeper to do quite well. 6'2". Good above you. Poor first touch. We're not going to ask him to play, you know, the ball into feet a lot. I don't think we'll use him as a sweeper keeper. And our winger here, pace, can't cross. Maybe looking at another inverted winger with that dribbling. Can finish though. Ain't got the composure. Bandi Ahmad, another striker, 30-year-old. He's okay. He's got pace to him as well. He's an interesting one. Looks like we got plenty of options up front. Right mid. He's got something about him. Can cross, dribble. He's pretty decent. And our first defender of anyone, and the physical are terrible. He's 37. He's small. That concerns me. Followed by our next centre back, who is also 37. He's very similar. Oh, it's the same guy. Never mind. And our striker. Our strikers have pace. That seems to be the thing, the common theme. And our centre back. This centre back's a bit better. He's got pace to him. I like this centre back. Positioning's good. Concentration's good. This is probably my favourite centre back already. Can play with both feet as well, which is good. There's Moyo. Good pace to him. Full back. Can't cross. Annoying. And again, pace at the full back position, but cannot cross. Another striker. This one physically not up to where the rest are. Hasn't got the pace and stuff. Basically throw him in the middle and ask him to just sort of hover around. Looks like we've got a young centre back in on loan. Looks useful. Heading and jumping reach is very scary though. And our winger, central midfielder called Dicky. In fact, I'd say one thing we're absolutely lacking is central midfielders right now. Yeah, we're getting to the dregs of the team, and that's where we're seeing our central midfielders. They lack a lot. My gut feeling right away is we play probably with wingers. We probably got an abundance of strikers. I wonder if do we go free up top? You know, make use of the strikers. They're thinking route 1, fluid counter-attack, direct counter-attack. I think fluid counter-attack is something I'd be tempted to do, but some of our centre-backs and full-backs are actually quite fast, so maybe not. I think fluid counter-attack would be good. maybe even route one. We're going to create our own style to begin with. And I think a proper 4-3-3. I'm going to just throw it in a 4-4-2 right now. I wonder, do we go free up top? It's tricky because it looks like we really lack in midfield, and playing free up top probably points us towards using central midfielders, because I can't do that, can I? I can't have wingers. Our weakest position in the team is centre midfield. What if I rock up with that? Gut feeling says we're gonna go with wingers. Jeopardy is just the inverted winger. I mean, he is good there. I think inverted winger, probably attack. Got good composure, not the best finisher. He's a good passer, he's got terrible vision. Just move these guys into midfield just now. I'm thinking a combination of central midfielder, attacking midfielder, even defensive midfielder. We need to improve that area vastly. Goalkeeper, we need a backup, but we have a goalkeeper. Geddy is the favoured striker in terms of the coaches. He would not be my choice. I like this guy. I think he gives a bit more mobility. Look at Geddy. He's just starting to drop off in terms of his physicals. His off the ball movements sublime actually, but that's my gut feeling looking at these players early doors. As an advanced forward, Cornea, I mean, he's got pace. I feel like this guy's going to have to cut inside as well. He's not a great crosser of the ball, but maybe I think you've got to have a winger support. You can't have everyone in that front three. You can't have everyone trying to basically burst in the box. It would be madness, especially when we don't know if we've got a solid base. So just start feeling out the positions right now. I think we had a centre back or two who wasn't too bad. I'm wanting a tall centre back. I think a tall centre back could really do well in this league. And then basically the left back, it's between these two. They've both got a bit of pace to them. Like a right back seems to be a need. And the midfield is a mystery right now. So we've got a lot to do. Still in friendlies, playing under 18s. The under 18s are playing and stuff like that. Looks like we get started in August, right? We get started in, just late August, so we still got some time to prepare. Oh god, when is it now? It's already August. Okay, we don't have a huge amount of time. We've got about 2 weeks. At least the friendlies are underway. I wonder, I could take a sneak peek and see how we lined up. No, we can't. Fantastic. So, I can have a look at this one. How did we line up here? Okay. So it was a 4-2 defensive midfielders. Is that us? No, that is us. I think we need to hit the transfer market sooner rather than later. Now, staff-wise, I reckon we are going to be... Oh, we're up against it, so we need scouts. We're going to have to... I'm going to try and fill out staff and take a look at tactically how I want to set up in the team. So I will do that, and then I will get back to you. I'm going to go away, get that done, fill out the staff, maybe make a transfer or two in the 2 weeks we've got, and then I'll bring you the first game of the season, and we'll see what sort of tactical masterclass we can pull off. But looking at the team, it's kind of what we expected. It's not brimming with quality, but there's maybe a few things we can add that can push us over the edge. So we'll see how we get on hunting for players. This could be a whole different team in mere moments. Now, a couple of weeks into the job, we were all set to go with our first competitive game as the manager of Gresik United, and then tragedy struck. Sports Interactive released the first big major patch of FM23, and it's caused some issues. When you set out on a save like this, you know, like, the idea is to go very deep into Football Manager many years in the future, and things like competitions and different countries are going to come up a lot. So the fact that there were so many patches to schedules and competition registration, all that, meant we were in a very tricky spot, especially because I'd already encountered an issue with Indonesia. When I looked to sign players, it told me I couldn't register them till midway through the season, even though the transfer window was still open and we hadn't started the season. So we had to sort of go with, we're going to have to start a new save. We're going to have to, because it's the only way for the new patch changes to take place. I really didn't want to go on another job hunt. I like the look at Gresik United. I actually think Gresik United is a great place to start because they've got money. And who starts a Journeyman with actual money? So I've restarted the game. I've made myself manager of Gresik United. And the intention was to bring in the exact same staff and the exact same players I had already signed. Issue number 2. One of the players I signed was specifically, because of his height, defensive midfielder, Indonesian. When I searched him up in the new game, he was there. I signed him without even scouting him. I was like, job's a good, he's 6'4". Wrong. Fell into the old trap because the scouting that Football Manager does is very good, but not complete, because how could it be? Turns out that a lot of his stats were set to 0 because he's not a scouted player. Although he exists, they have no idea how tall he is. So it's completely random. You see where this is going? My 6'4" defensive midfielder who was bought specifically to aid me in set pieces is now 5'6". I'm not happy about it. Putting all that aside though, we are on the first day of the season now, ready to go into our first competitive match. I think what we'll do is we'll have a quick rundown my signings, including my defensive midfielder, who's maybe 6'4", but not really. So he's now 5'6", and it's one of the worst things that's happened to me signing wise on this game in a long time. I played a bit of the new patch, so it's not perfect, but we'll see how we get on in this save. Be nice to make our debut, but let's cover the signings, shall we? So straight off the bat, my intention was not to spend a lot of money. In fact, we actually sold Sijit Hermawan and David Faristian. This is going to be a nightmare. The names in Indonesia are unsurprisingly tough for me to say. So apologies if I get any pronunciations wrong, but it's going to happen. I've brought in a lot of players to this team. Some of the players I actually brought in on the previous save that I just went in blind for. Rian Firmansyah, nice centre attacking midfield option. This is kind of the quality you're going to see in this save to begin with. Indonesia, unfortunately, I can say 2 things about the players here. They're quite all over the place in terms of attributes. They're not very physically strong, and they're quite short. So Rian comes in to play attacking midfield. I think he's actually one of the better players we've brought in. From Rafley upwards, they were already signed just this window by the time we got in the job. Dodi Al-Fayed, central midfielder option. Brought him in, and frankly, it was another one that we'd signed previously. Reasonable left foot. Strong right foot, can play central midfield or defensive midfield, which will be key. I'll show you why very soon. Panji Ali Permana, a nice little deep line playmaker option, or was previously. Unfortunately now, he is a ball winning midfielder. Again, similar to before, I signed some of the players blind because I was like, hey, they'll be the same. I didn't think about it's not the most scouted region, and there'd be so many attributes that are basically left up to be random. Yeah. Amar Prayogi, brought him in as a centre-back option. He is thankfully not going to be our first choice. Just a little bit of depth. Young player. They wanted us to bring in players under the age of 23, so we've pursued that where possible. Jovan Algoni. This was the lad. He was maybe 6'4", or not meant to be, but I thought he was 6'4" when I signed him. He's 5'6". Less said about the bear. I'm not sure he's going to play first much. He is fast, but that is about it. You know, good tackling, decent first touch, but cannot really pass. His teamwork position in that is all quite poor. He does have a little bit of potential, though. Zidane Patia has come in as our right winger for us. He was higher rated by the coaches, the scouts anyway, but I think his pace and acceleration will cause a lot of problems. And to be honest, that crossing at this level feels like it'll be enough. You know, we've got worse crossers in our Belgium save on Twitch, and we kind of get the job done occasionally with a cross. So I think he's okay. He was the first player we actually spent money on, 1.9k. We had 350k to spend. I haven't spent nearly that amount, but I did go heavy on a couple players, including the next one. Kagang Rudianto he has to be our go-to centre-back. 19 years old, good jumping reach. His heading's not great, but good marking, tackling, positioning, decisions. We're going to try and develop this guy. I think he could become a bit of a Indonesian, not wonder kid, but certainly a rising star and one of the better players at our club now. Lul Azmi, I basically brought in to cover both wings and striker as an option on the bench. I wanted some utility players. This first season, I want to surprise how the league with how good we can actually be. We're expected to be sort of fight for mid-table. I'd like to push straight away. Even in a Journeyman, you get in a team like this, we've got money set aside. The biggest issue is no foreign players in Indonesia, which I almost made the mistake of hunting for Brazilians straight off the bat. Rizki Kushni comes in, backup goalkeeper. We've got a good goalkeeper, but I want a big, tall lad to potentially come in if need be, 6'5". Doesn't really have a lot to talk about. Good reflexes for a big lad and decent aerial reach, as you'd expect, but overall, we don't want to see him in goal much. The next big money purchase, I think if you have a look at the tributes, you're going to be able to tell straight away why I bought him. It's not because of his strength. Crossing 13 at this level and in these leagues should be alarmingly good. I want him to be one of the main creative forces in the team. Tempted to even put him on fullback attack to begin with. Want to get him the ball often, and I want him to just whip that ball across the goal. Now, we maybe don't have a big towering striker, but that kind of crossing, he just needs to find a man. Another player that costs a bit of money, Tegu Trisnanda. Again, defensive midfielder, brought him in, potentially going to look to use him as a Segundo Volante. I'd like to go with the double defensive midfielders in this system. Playmaker, maybe Segundo Volante alongside him, or something similar. Maybe even just a playmaker from defensive midfield and someone who's going to hold, but we'd quite like them both moving up so they start deep and we go quite aggressive, because I think we're going to have a bit of attacking talent in this team, to be honest. And the last signing was actually, although a very decent player at 20 years old, he is a loan signing and he's basically in as backup for the previous fullback we just looked at, who I managed to get finally over the line. We've had to pay him a decent amount of money, but I'm very excited by the idea of 13 crossing in this league. The tactic I've gone for initially is we're set up like this for today's game. Obviously, we've got an injury, but this is kind of the best team other than the defensive midfielders. I think, in fact, I don't think I've set the team up yet, but this is the shape I want to go with. Right now, I've got a ball-winning midfielder alongside the DLP. I've gone for defensive fullback on this side because I really want Kafa pushing forward, whipping the cross in. Ideally, we would have had an inverted winger in front of him, but Kurnia is... I'm just not sure I want to have an inverted winger on both sides, so I might try it with winger and just continually try and provide from one side, because the inverted winger on the other side, I think is just a better option. He's a better crosser. I'm going to flip it. What am I doing? Winger support. Inverted winger. Attack? What's his finishing? Finishing 8, composure 7. Maybe just inverted winger. I don't know. I'll go support there to begin with, but I feel like now we don't have enough attacking roles, so maybe Rian. Maybe we make him more attacking. 9 finishing, 9 composure. Vision, passing. I think I had him down as attacking midfield support. We're maybe gonna have to look at that. He just doesn't. Cornea doesn't strike me as a guy who's gonna score a lot of goals for us. 8 finishing, 7 composure. He's got a reasonable left foot, and I've got him cutting in. I think that's why I didn't want to play him inverted winger. But if he cuts inside, fullback going beyond him and whipping it across, surely we've got goals in this team. I'm relatively happy with how we're looking on paper. We haven't spent all of our money. I kind of just felt like we'd like to keep a little bit of money aside in case the signings didn't go well, because we're doing this all sort of like very quick. First job in this Journeyman, it is a case of let's just achieve what we need to do or slightly above and not get pressured into signing a long-term contract here unless we feel we can do something with this team. I've gone fluid counter-attack because so far in FM23 I've played it quite well with this kind of team. You know, we don't have that guy that stands out as being like, just everything goes to him and we're good. But I think we can get goals with this team. So, and we're also not one of the strongest favoured teams in the division. So I think this is a good way to start off our journey. I think the centre-backs are going to be key. Set pieces in that are probably very generic at this stage. There's really no one of real height, so I haven't tinkered about with set pieces. We haven't got great delivery. It's just lacking in general in this region. So didn't want to overspend on someone who would come in and only sign a 1-year deal. So this is the team we've got in front of us. If I had to pick a man out I'm excited to see play, it's actually Rudianto, the centre-back. Really keen to see him kick on. And our captain up front, Gede Sukadana, older lad, but off the ball movement, composure, anticipation. I expect him to score plenty of goals. I'm a little worried that his physicals might drop off, but hey, we're here to help him out. We do actually have a bit of depth up top, which makes things a bit easier. Our first game is against, this is a nightmare, is against Persijap Jepara. I'm probably getting all these pronunciations wrong. I do apologise. We are in the Liga 2 Central region. So we Liga 2 Central region, first round. Oh, there's multiple rounds. And yeah, I don't know where, if we'd looked at season preview before, so we're 11th. Oh, and we're a newly promoted side. They didn't notice that before. Newly promoted, but hey, we got a bit of steam behind us, so maybe we'll be alright. All we can really do is focus on this game. So we're lacking in match fitness. That's disappointing because we did go through what I felt was a good pre-season. Our first game in this Journeyman save as the Gresik United manager. We're going to go very simple. Praboa in goal. Widistio as the left full-back. Sampurna Rudianto as our centre-back pairing. Kafa as our full-back on the right-hand side. He's the key man. Keep an eye on him and his crossing ability during this game. Algoni, the 6'4", now 5'6" ball-winning midfielder. We'll start it with Al Fayed alongside him as the deep line playmaker. Fermantia on the left and the centre. Looks like we got a youngster filling in the left winger role. The centre attacking midfielder will be Rian, who we had signed just at the start of the season. Kurnia keeps his spot in the team. On the right-hand side is the inverted winger. And Sukadana up top. And I have just noticed we are missing a player. I wonder where he is. This is often a thing that happens in these kind of saves. I've signed a player. He's not there. There he is. Why is he there? Oh, and the goalie's there as well. Right, move them both up. You'll notice a lot of listed players there. They were listed before I joined the club. As you can see, you can tell why they're listed. They are not good enough for the team. That changes things. Because I think this guy, I'm tempted to go Segundo Volante. Now, not a very creative player, but he can play this role. Segundo Volante support, that 14 tackling, his finishing's poor, as is his balance. There's a couple things that really stand out that he's not suited, but 20 years old, if we can develop him in that role, that would be a fantastic, and we are already trying to do so. I'm a step ahead. That's what we're going to go with. We're going to go with a deep line playmaker with a Segundo Volante alongside it. You might recognize this system is very similar to what I play Sunday mornings on Twitch with Paris 13 Atletico. I like the way this plays, and it relies heavily on that advance forward, but he is one of our better players, so if we can get him behind or create chances for him and he can take them, we'll be alright. As you can see, it's a nice deep bench, 10 subs on the bench. I do want Goni on the bench, get him off because he's injured. First game, exciting times. A couple of players lacking match sharpness because they probably didn't know they were going to be in this squad until right before we had a couple of injuries. I don't think I speak the language yet, which is always frustrating, but we basically, when I restarted, I just went from the start pre-season, signed the players, and then got us through the pre-season pretty quickly. Didn't really play a lot of the games myself. That could come back and hurt us. They've lined up our first opponents in a narrow diamond. That puts the fear in me. But equally, if we are good out wide, which we should be, this might play in our hands. But we do play quite narrow. Even with the wider players, we play quite narrow. There's a reason for that as well. We want to be compact. We won't be hard to break down. Rudianto plays for the Rian. Fayed puts it out wide. Now, that is a defensive fullback, so he has sort of held his run. Sukadana lining up a free kick. Can he deliver here? Captain. Which is just over the bar. Right, asking a bit much. Like I said, there's nobody in this team that is screaming out to me, telling me, get me on set pieces, unfortunately. Something I often like to find in saves, even Journeyman saves, if you have that reliable set piece taker, can really make a good team great, an average team good, a poor team average. Good header. I think spending money on the young centre-back and going out there and trying to get one of the most promising players I could find in the region, just over the bar, is interesting. That was Kafa. That was a good cross, and it did make it through to our striker, who's not particularly tall, but the quality of the cross put it on him. So that's what we want to continue to see. Great hold-up play by Sukadana. He runs in behind. He takes the shot near post, and it's tipped over. This is promising so far. We don't know how we really stack up against the rest of the league. We probably need a little bit of time to sort of bed in and understand what we're going to be able to deliver overall. I'd hit that Rian. Oh, there is part of me that says, like, put Rian as a shadow striker because that's how you play at the weekend. I don't really want to just play the same systems. It's just with the players we had already at the club and what I know to set up, I didn't want to just throw and go, like, let's go really heavy in the centre when I couldn't find central midfielders or defensive midfielders that looked like they'd really make a huge difference. That's a lot of space. That's a lot of space. Right. Kafa. Oh my word. Okay. Kafa, who's got 13 crossing, decided to cross it almost into our own box. Is that going to be a problem? FM. Let me know. Sukadana bursts in. Great chest. And that is a horrible touch. Horrible shot? It was horrible. That's all I know. Okay. 0-0 at halftime. We have been on top. We are not hitting the target. That worries me. Yeah, they're basically at the stage where they're like, who is this guy? Not getting a lot of a lift from them. Okay, I think because of the dominance, we're going to go positive. Let's work the ball in the box. And realistically, whipped crosses rather than mixed. Because if we're putting them far post and stuff, we're just not going to have someone heading them. There's a serious lack of height, which was why I was so excited to find that 6'4" player, and then when he was torn from my grasp, I was upset. So Garen on the free kick just puts that one just over again. I mean, we got terrible free kick takers and we miss just. So God, imagine we had just an average free kick taker. Trisnanda Great switch play. And that puts Kafa on the ball. Now, can he drive forward? He is on attack. Oh, he plays it to Kurnia. I mean, there's an open man in the middle. That is lovely. As good as you're going to see. Fantastic. Kurnia gets the ball off Kafa, and he's able to break just a couple yards in front of the defender, and it is basically just squares the ball, and Sukadana is not going to miss from there. Lovely. Just left foot, bottom corner, keeper stranded. 1-0. We're in the lead. Sukadana lining up on our free kick, lifts this one into the area. Head away, Kurnia. They take it forward, driving in the box. Tries to pull it across. It is half cleared. They get away now. Picked up by the Segundo Volante. Trisnanda, what's he going to do? I'd like him to pull this one back. Oh, he lifts it in the middle. It's a great header off the inside of the post, and they get clear. Oh, they don't put it out of play, though. We keep it in. Kurnia now. Now, look at Kafa as a fullback attack, running up the inside. Don't mind that. A little bit of an underlap. Cheeky. Good header. That is what we want to see from the young man, Rudianto. He's not the tallest. He is one of the tallest I could find, but he's not super tall. That's a great finish by Kurnia. He's been outstanding this game. An assist and a goal. And the inverted winger, who wasn't even going to be an inverted winger prior to kickoff and hasn't done it during pre-season, finding a lot of space there. He's a good dribbler. When he gets the ball, he can maybe make things happen. It's going to be tough to get the ball off him. It's a lovely finish. A cross goal, far corner. Keeper doesn't do enough. Oh, it's a great ball by Kafa. He's just onside. We maybe get the benefit of the doubt from the linesman there. We'll take it. We're looking good. What we are going to do, with 30 minutes left on the clock, let's make some changes. So we do have our striker on the bench, who's already at the club, Fandi Ahmad, who looks really good. I'd like to maybe take the centre attacking mid off as well. I don't think we've got anyone for him. Okay. So what we'll actually do, we'll actually take... I mean, I don't really want to rest Rudiano already, but we are 2-0 up. I'm going to take him off, put on Amar Prayogi, who is the young centre-back, who's actually better in the air than the man we're taking off. But you wouldn't have guessed, based on his performance, he's won everything in the air. Biggest concern right now I have is I'm looking at that, and I know we're away from home, and being positive, very good that we're 2-0 up. We're not hitting the target a lot. Oh, cleared off the line. Great defensive work. For a second there, I thought that was actually our free kick. I was not paying attention at all. They fire it over, and hopefully that means we can keep this clean sheet. Beautiful. Full time, 2-0. We looked good. We feel good. That is a very positive start. How the table looks. Football Manager? What's going on here? I feel like something has gone wrong. Catherine Press on Gressic United debut. Kurnia with the goal and assist. You're not going to see a huge amount of press conferences from me during the Journeyman, I'm not going to lie. Maybe the important ones. Right, so if we just have a wee look once again. Okay, so that team is meant to struggle this season, so we won't get too carried away with ourselves. But if we look at our profile, pretty good, eh? Happy with that. 100% win record, 0 goals against. Technically, the only way is down from here. So happy with our start in Indonesia. We have got to learn the language. Absolutely, that'll help. We'll need to settle this team in. I'm happy with the signings we've made. It is time to get into games. It is not a super long season. I've still got to get staff on board. What the actual board want from us is work within the wage budget, finish in mid-table, be competitive in the Piala Indonesia. I think we can do better than all that. We've signed players under the age of 23. If you have a look at our overall balance, is looking healthy. Healthier than any other team I'm playing as on FM23. Our wage budget is way above what we've got. We have room to bring in good staff. That's what I'm going to do. When you next see me, we will have played more games and we'll really know who we are. I think what we'll do, I think I'll play through September. We return in October. Now that feels like a lot, but for this Journeyman to work, We can't sit around and play, oh, we played the first game, let's play the second game, and now here's the third game. Until we really are fighting in competitions and stuff, and have a bit more interest and know what's going on with the team, we want to lay down a marker and see where we are. So I'll play the next 4 games. When I return, we'll know if we are going to have a very good season, we're going to stay very positive, or whether we need to start tweaking something. So I'm going to stick with the same tactic. I'm not going to change it in the next 4 games. Let's see where we are, and I'd love to go on a good run from here. Thank you very much for watching the video. If you're new to the channel, do hit subscribe. Like the video, comment away, let me know who you think of those new players, who is going to be a key man. I like the fullback. My eye is drawn to that centre back. He was very good there. Seemed to cut everything out, was on top of the game overall there. He doesn't have great heading, but he seemed to win everything in there. Really happy with how he performed, and we probably spent the most money on him, I think. It's between him and the fullback, but the fullback is really great for us. He got an assist, so I can't. Did he get an assist? I think he got an assist for the second goal. We'll see. Anyway, thank you again for watching the video. I hope you're ready for us to really stretch this journey along. The plan is not to hang about in Indonesia too long, but if we think we can do something with this club, I'd love to win some silverware here before we even think about moving on, right? Let's see how we get on in September, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.